What if Spanish America united? In our own timeline, Spain controlled a massive colonial empire in the New World that stretched from Cascadia all the way to Patagonia. However, its colonies would declare independence after the Napoleonic Wars and would disunite. They would never be one united country, and existing federations even fell apart like Gran Colombia, and these Spanish-speaking countries would fall into the sphere of influence of the United States. But what if that didn't happen? What if Spanish America united? In this timeline, when Spanish America became independent from Spanish-ruled Mexico, Gran Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay and Paraguay decide to unite into the United Provinces of Colombia. Not that Colombia doesn't stand for the country Colombia, but as a term used for the Americas up to the independence of Colombia. The capital of this nation is either Mexico City, as it is the biggest city, or Lima because of its central location. It would likely be a federal republic, as only Mexico was a monarchy, and that for only 1 year. Its first president may be Simon Bolivar, as he was popular as El Libertador. This young nation would almost immediately find itself in war. They claim Florida being theirs, and that the Florida Purchase was illegitimate and demand it. The United States, who just got it, refuses, beginning the Florida War. The UPC defeats the U.S. and annexes Florida and even the Louisiana Territory. This war humiliated the U.S. and cemented them as the most powerful nation in the New World. Colombia would still incorporate Patagonia. Tensions between Colombia and the United Kingdom over Guyana and Oregon would spiral into the Anglo-Colombian War in 1859. The war ended quickly and ended with Colombia annexing British Guyana and most of Oregon. After the war, slowly tensions between these two nations would decrease. BJT thirst for revenge is still present in Ottawa and London. The American Civil War still happens, and the Union still defeats the Confederation. Without the Paraguayan War, the abolishment of slavery in Brazil probably would be a smaller topic, and Brazil would slowly abolish the institution of slavery, which may result in the monarchy not being overthrown. The United Provinces of Colombia would use the Cuban Revolution as an excuse to declare war on Spain, and they defeat the Spanish and take their Caribbean holdings in the Philippines. The First World War still breaks out, but it is unlikely that Germany sends the Zimmermann telegram and defeats the Entente. The German Empire annexes lands in western France and Belgium, who become a kingdom led by Prince Adalbert as Albert II. They gain Calais, but lose the Congo. France has to give Morocco Coast, Upper Volta, Dahomey, Gabon, Congo, Ubangi, Shari, Madagascar, Djibouti, Indochina and New Caledonia. Austria-Hungary splits Italy like in 1815, with the only difference being that Lombardy Venetia is not part of Austria-Hungary, but still ruled by its emperor. Austria-Hungary also puppets Serbia, Romania and Albania and annex Montenegro. Bulgaria annexes Macedonia, lands east of the Morava River and Macedonia. The Ottoman Empire annexes the Greek and Italian islands in the Aegean. Libya and Somalia become independent from Italy, and Ethiopia gets Eritrea. Germany and the Ottoman Empire keep their gains from Russia. The Kingdom of Poland is led by Frederick Christian of Saxony. Lithuania is led by Mindaugas II. The United Baltic Duchy is led by Adolf Friedrich of Mecklenburg. Finland is led by Frederick Karl I of Hesse. Belarus is led by Emil Frederick of Prussia. Ukraine is led by Pavlo Skoropadsky. The Don Kingdom is led by August Wilhelm of Prussia. Kingdom of Kuban is led by Oscar of Prussia, and Georgia is led by George XIII. The Ottoman Empire puppets Azerbaijan and the Mountainous Republic, and split Armenia with Azerbaijan. Only the UK and Japan were unharmed, as they were undefeated. After the war, France, UK and Sardinia become fascist and form the Tripartite Pact. Meanwhile, in Russia, the nationalists win and a republic is established under Kerensky. Germany would help the Kuomintang during the Northern Expedition to decrease Japanese influence in the region. It ends with the Fengtian clique losing most of its gains. Germany demanded that the Qing dynasty gets restored, which resulted in the short Sino-German War. Lands north of the Yangtze River become a monarchy under Pai, while the south is a military dictatorship led by Chiang Kai-shek, but his government was overthrown by Wang Jinhui and Chen Jiaming, who established a federal democracy. In 1939, the Second World War breaks out and Russia and France invade Germany. Japan started the Second Sino-Japanese War, but after they bombed Pearl Harbor, Colombia joins the war. Germany was slowly pushed back as they were unable to defeat its enemies. Sardinia declares war on the other Italian states, causing Austria to join, but thanks to coups and partisans, the Italian kingdoms and Grand Duchies quickly collapse. Meanwhile, French and Russian forces meet at the Oder River, defeating Germany and its vassal states, while Germany flees to Middle Africa. In 1941, France launches Operation Bonaparte, the invasion of Russia, but they are defeated at Moscow. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire joins the war and liberates Bulgaria from Greece, Yugoslavia, and Romania. The Colombians and Canadians defeat the Axis in Africa and then land in Italy. The Italians overthrow Mussolini and switch sides. The Russians slowly push into the west until Germany is liberated. In his bunker, Hermann Esser shoots himself. The war on the mainlands ends with British forces withdrawing in Normandy. After they land in the British Isles, the fascist government collapses. Meanwhile, in East Asia, the war ends with Japan surrendering after being nuked. The British, French, and Sardinian fascist governments are dissolved and replaced with democracies. Unfortunately for Germany, Russia annexes all of its vassal states in Eastern Europe. Romania is split between the Principality of Wallachia and Moldova. Glorious Albania gets Kosovo from Circa, while the rest once again becomes an Austrian vassal state, and the Kingdom of Greece becomes an Ottoman vassal state. Japan falls into the sphere of influence of Colombia and loses its empire. China, meanwhile, reunites under the South. In the following decades, decolonization would result in the colonies of the European powers gaining independence. An ideological Cold War is unlikely, as every major nation is a democracy, but a race for dominance may evolve between the United Provinces of Colombia, Russia Republic, and Republic of China. In this timeline, the United Provinces of Colombia replace the United States as the great power in the New World, and Latin America would be more powerful and more successful. If you liked the episode, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe.